Okay, I'm terrified, guys. So there was a post I put out on social media talking about meat is super nutritious, and that anyone that would like to restrict our access to it or ban it or anything like that is basically your enemy. Well, this triggered someone who calls himself the bearded vegan slash 92. I assume that means he was born in 92, so he's probably 30, 31 years old or something like that. And of course, I went to go see who is making threats that wants to drop me, the senior citizen is what he basically says. I'm going to drop you. Okay. Does that mean beat me up, kill me? I don't know what that supposedly means. But so I go to check out the bearded vegan, and this is what he looks like. So first of all, I have a couple questions because, that beard is, not particularly impressive, I was expecting to see like a real beard. So kind of more like a bearded dragon, perhaps, is what you might want to, maybe the bearded dragon vegan or something like that. But anyway, and I'm not sure what I'd be scared of more, bearded dragon or the bearded vegan. And then also you go through and it seems like, is he even vegan? Because here he is with his, with his slave dog. Vegans aren't supposed to have pets because it's enslaving those animals against their will, of course. And so, I call into question, one, his beardedness, and two, his veganness. Now, he probably is somewhat mentally unstable. Looks like he spends his time trying to dunk basketballs, likely in front of his mom, what it sounds like, to impress maybe his mom that he can dunk a basketball, which is great. But because I am so terrified, I hope he doesn't find out that I train many nights at Electric North Jiu-Jitsu in Lake Stevens, Washington. Hope he doesn't go find me up there. I would be terrified if he ran into me. But here's the thing. So vegans kill a lot of animals. That's just the way it is. There's tons of animals dying in any kind of crop production, whether it's grains, corn, soybeans, tomatoes, strawberries, whatever you eat, lots and lots of animals die. They ignore those. They will, if you eat meat, more die. Okay, so I can kill plenty. It doesn't matter. Maybe thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands. It doesn't really matter. But if you eat them, then it matters, right? And so here's the interesting thing. As most of us are omnivores. I eat a carnivorous diet. My diet is almost exclusively beef. I eat a little bit, once in a while I'll have a little piece of fish or something like that. But when we look at the average American consumes somewhere around 150 to 200 animals a year, mostly in the form of chicken, shrimp, a little bit of beef and a little bit of pork. But more animals die for the average omnivore than someone like me who's a carnivore. I eat probably equivalent of about a little over 2 cows a year have to succumb for my consumption. If we're going to ignore all the crop deaths, which the vegans love to do, they just ignore that. They don't mind that animals are dying in fields, poisoned, just laying there for 3 or 4 hours, 3 days, maybe suffering. That's irrelevant to them, right? All the pesticides that are sprayed on these fields intentionally. These pesticides are put on there intentionally with the express intent of killing animals. It's not unintentional. They wipe out entire ecosystems of plant the crops. That's totally ignored. Doesn't matter. Oh, that's all fine. We kill all these animals. Doesn't matter. But if you eat the animal, oh my God, you're some kind of awful animal abuser, and so on and so forth. So anyway, bearded vegan, I am so terrified I couldn't sleep. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep for the next weeks. Anyway, it's just these mentally ill people, you see why veganism has such a bad reputation, because you have people out there that are spewing hatred. They have no problem dropping senior citizens, right? Which I don't know if I technically, I guess I'm over 55, I'm 56. Though, at the water park a few weeks ago, I got to have the reduced price because I'm old, right? But anyway, you got these mentally ill people like the so-called bearded vegan making threats, and you wonder why. The question is, we see that in the literature all the time. Veganism is associated with higher rates of mental health issues, right? Higher rates of mental health disorders. It's clear, it's been shown over and over and over again. And the question is, does veganism attract the weirdos, or does veganism turn people into mentally handicapped people? And I think it's probably a little of both. In fact, I know it is because oftentimes when vegans go back to meat, their mental health improves. And we see that. So veganism is leading to mental health disorders as exemplified by this wacko bearded vegan guy. Anyway, you guys take care. Hopefully I'll survive. Hopefully we'll see you soon, but maybe not. Maybe the bearded vegan or someone like him will get me.